Hi, my name is Nyree. I'm running an adoption support channel. Please subscribe if you've not found me before, but welcome. And today I'm going to talk about adoption and finance. And I'm very aware that the financial status in each country is absolutely different, and that for some countries there will need to be huge savings before you even go for adoption. Today I want to talk about how you can safeguard your finances really once the child comes, and a few ideas around that. If you sit down and look at your weekly shop, when you look at your shopping bill, you'll see the stuff that is staple for meals, the stuff that you like to have, and the stuff that is luxury. So I would challenge you to sit down and really write down, when you look at your next shopping bill, the things that could have been left out that nobody would have noticed. And then maybe you can say to yourself, we'll just buy one of the nice things to have or two of the nice things to have for the weekly shop, and we'll leave out everything else. And just see how much money that saves you. That's the first challenge, I'd say. The second challenge is, when it comes to clothing children, put lots of pictures online of our children. Well, I'm not able to, but people do. We're not going to put them on there looking a little bit rough, are we? We're probably not going to put them on there looking dirty. I don't see that many pictures of children looking dirty, or they've been out in the mud, or their clothes are looking slightly too short or slightly too long. But the reality is, if they're not wearing the latest clothes or they're not looking pristine, it doesn't matter to them at all. We're doing it for us. Now you might say to me, yes, but aren't they being neglected if they haven't got clothes that are right fitting, or things that they're a little bit dirty? And there's a big difference between perhaps you need to go and buy a few more extra clothes for them and you haven't managed to do that yet, or they've had a couple of days playing in the sand and the dirt and you didn't get a chance to bath them. Should I say that on camera? Or you haven't had a chance to cut their hair. That's not neglect. Neglect is consistently not providing the correct size of clothes, consistently not providing meals, consistently allowing them to be cold, consistently allowing them to be dirty. If the child does not look perfect for a couple of days, or you haven't quite got round to getting extra clothing for them, or they, dare I say it, they have cheap clothing on, but it fits, but it's not that trendy or that nice, the child's not going to suffer. But we think they're going to, and we think we're going to be judged. And I think that is one of the pressures of fostering and adoption, because it's almost like we have to extra prove ourselves above what families normally do. The other challenge for you is things like the extras, like the extra cars and the extra holidays. Now, you may not be in a position where you're even thinking about that, but if you are, then I would challenge you to think about whether you do need the second car. That's a big expense. Whether you do need the holidays. We all need breaks. We all need holidays at some point. Please don't get me wrong. I could do with one right now. Holidays can cost thousands and thousands of pounds out of the budget, which would definitely be eased if you didn't do. So is there another way? Is there another way of taking breaks? Is there a way of taking a week off work and going for day trips, which I know are expensive, but they're not as expensive as getting on a plane. They're not as expensive as going further away. Right now, do you need to do it? Could that be something that you do later, when finances are a bit more settled? There's also the other tussle between, because I ran childcare before I did this, before I retired, and there's a tussle between kind of going back out to work, but then paying out loads of it on childcare. And so just double check that when you're looking at your finances. It might be that you love your job and you want to go back out to work, and that's fine. I get that. I had a career and I loved it. But if you don't absolutely love it, and you're looking at the finances and thinking, how much am I actually making by the time I've sorted out everything I need for this child for daycare, everything I need to pay out, and possibly the extra car? How much would I save if I didn't do the job, the second job? Could it be better? Birthdays and Christmas. I'm talking to myself. I have 7 children. But half the time I don't need to do as much as I'm doing. I'm older, okay, so it's always been that you would give a child one bigger gift, or you might give them 3 smaller gifts for their birthday. People go crazy. They go crazy. And during lockdown, I noticed less people going crazy, which was lovely. Why do children need all of these gifts? They're not going to play with them all. So why can't we just give them one thing that we know they really want? Or a couple of things. Why can't we scale it down? We set these standards for ourselves that we have to then continue with. We know how much we should be spending on our child, however many 10s, 20s, 50s or 100s we want to spend on our child. And then we set that up for the future, that we need to spend that on them. But you know what? We don't. I know sometimes children ask for specific things and you know you're going to get them that. And I think as they get older, it is about the phones and technology. That is expensive. But we can still say no. I just think when they're younger, especially when they're under about the age of 8, I just don't think it's necessary. And I think maybe if you look at birthdays and Christmas and say to yourself, can I spend half on the birthdays that I'm spending now, and can I spend half on the Christmases that I'm spending now? I reckon if you sit down and do it, your children will still be happy and your family will still be happy. And do you know what? You will be less stressed, because when you are younger, which I am not, but when you are younger in your 20s and 30s, one of the biggest stresses is finances, and that's the last thing you want when you're adopting. Or even in fostering, it's the last thing that you want to be worried about, is whether you're going to have enough money every month. I really hope it helps you, because that's what I'm here for on this channel. I'm here to support and help you, because I'm not out the other side, because my boys are 11 and 12, so we've got the whole teenage years to come. But I'm out the other side of being a working businesswoman. I'm out the other side of already having had 5 children, and so I just feel that I can call on those experiences for you. If you like what you hear, please subscribe. Find on my channel parenting advice on there, lots of things around attachment and bonding, adoption process is all on there. So see you on my channel. Thank you.